Tell us about your bike.
Yeah, so this is just my track bike. I currently don't have a street bike. I'm in between them right now. This is a 2014 CBR600RR. It is a track-only bike, as you can tell at this point. It's also in pieces. I'm currently in the middle of a renovation.
So you didn't drop it and break it?
No.
You're just rebuilding it?
Yeah, I had some, the last time I took it out, I realized that some of the stuff that's been bothering me, like some of the ergonomics and stock exhaust issues that I've been running into, were really starting to annoy me, and I decided that, now is the best time as any. So I've done a complete overhaul on basically everything.
Hey, we'll point out a few things that you've done.
Yeah, so let's go back to rear. So most recently was the Lightech chain adjusters. These are absolutely amazing. Being able to adjust your chain slack with just a turn of the fingers. You don't need any tools, which is amazing. Getting it aligned as well is extremely easy. Just put on a new rear tire, so that'll be good for the track day I'm doing in a couple weeks. I have a TTX36 rear shock from Ohlins. Who are these driven TT Racing rear sets, a driven sprocket and chain. Let's see, DBRacing covers. Put on HotBodies Racing Bodywork and painted it myself. That's why it looks absolutely awful. Driven fuel caps, so being able to access the fuel without any key or anything is amazing. Let's see what else. I just put on these Woodcraft Clip Ons. So I had these stock Clip Ons, and the stock CBR Clip Ons had a tendency to, be a little too close to the rib cage. So this allowed me to bring it out just a little bit, and also adjust the height and angle of them just a tad. Just ripped out the ignition switch, so now the entire bike is going to be powered from the kill switch. So by turning that on, it'll turn on the bike as well as give electrical power, and then I can just hit the starter.
No key.
No key anymore anywhere. The upper fairing stay has been replaced. This is from a company called DB Holders. So the OEM fairing stay is big, heavy, and just bulky, and it has a big restriction on the intake. Now it's just a straight carbon fiber tube with aluminum to actually hold the gauge cluster and the bank angle sensor. What else? The forks are stock externals with Racetech gold valve internals, which actually have just been rebuilt. Actually, the front and rear suspension was just rebuilt. I have one track day on them. What else?
I see everything's wired for safety on the track.
Yeah, so safety wire, absolutely everything. We have the oil film. All the coolant lines of the radiator are wired up.
Brake calipers are all wired down here.
Yeah, so actually I had to get titanium brake caliper bolts because they're pre-drilled for safety wire. Same with the oil filter. I got a K&N oil filter, not because I really care about K&N filters, but because they're pre-drilled for safety wire. Basically anything and everything that can be safety wired is. One thing I need to actually fix right now is the Lightech chain adjusters. Expand this area just a little bit because I have this pin that I'm able to slide through a hole in the axle. That acts as the safety for that, so I need to find a way to get a smaller spacer here. That's a problem for me later.
Now I think it would be really fun to put some blinkers and headlights on it, so that you can take it on the street.
Absolutely. But that's the problem is I took all that off because in the effort of saving weight. But yeah, so now it's far more comfortable.
It's your dedicated track bike.
Yeah, this thing will never see the street again.
Right.
In any way, shape, or form.
So you were saying you paid what, like $6,000 or $7,000 for this when you bought it?
Yeah, $6,500 if I remember.
And it was a track bike then. It was geared.
It was still street bike.
It was still street legal.
Yeah, so I actually commuted on this bike for a bit. This was the third motorcycle that I've ever owned. I commuted on it for a while. I bought it from a buddy of mine who actually we're going to a track day in a couple weeks anyway. Bought it from him, and then I realized that I have street bikes, and honestly, super sport bikes like CBRs are really great on the track, and they're absolute ass on the street. Anybody that rides them on the street, they have my sympathy.
I remember when we did the track day together at Willow Springs.
Yeah.
You were on I called this the Yellow Peril.
Yeah.
The Yellow Devil.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing, you rode it hard and fast around
Yeah.
that track. I had a
Absolutely.
tough time keeping up with you. I think you passed me a couple of times, but
Yeah.
it's a beautiful bike.
Thank you. And again, I have the.
You put a lot of love into this bike.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate not to crash it yet.
Right.
But there's always
Looking at
time.
this carbon fiber
Yeah.
intake manifold with no restrictions, suck the air in.
Yeah, seriously. And then the exhaust is currently
Right.
on order, so that's the.
That's the old exhaust.
Yeah, it's the stock exhaust, and I had a Yoshimura slip-on, both of which are being replaced. I had an
If anybody's interested in a stock exhaust for a CBR600,
yeah, if you want a Yoshimura slip-on, it's for sale.
drop me a line in the comments.
So
We'll hook you up.
problem with the stock exhaust on the CBRs with aftermarket bodywork is that it'll start to bubble up.
It got a little hot.
Little toasty.
Little toasty there.
So I tried to compensate with some heat wrap.
Right.
I found that didn't work enough, which prompted me to just go bite the bullet, go for the full exhaust. So I'm waiting. Later this week, I should be getting the full exhaust from Toast Performance back.
Right.
They have a exhaust intake and they flash tune the ECU, so all that should be coming. After that, it's actually going to be rideable again.
Cool. So you were on a Yamaha Tracer, is that right, before this?
Yeah, my street bike was a 2019 Yamaha Tracer.
And your next street bike will be?
2021 BMW R1250 GS Adventure, which is a nice mouthful.
Can we hear a little woohoo?
Yeah, so that's on order. That should be here sometime next week. But I'm in the process of moving to Texas. And I didn't want to transport two bikes, so one was enough to transport. So I'm fortunate enough that the dealership that I'm working with is going to ship it to my front door in Texas. So pay for it here, pay sales tax out there, and it's a good deal. For me.
Unfortunately, Texas has some great racetracks for you to go play on this bike on.
Yeah, I'm going to be living about 20 minutes away from Circuit of the Americas, so you're going to see me there.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm
gonna be great.
jealous. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for showing us the bike.
Absolutely.
Be safe on it on the track.
Yeah.
Full leather gear. You
Yeah.
got a lot of gear here.
A lot of gear.
You got your race suit there for the track.
Yeah, I've got the Dainese
Nice.
DR Misano, the airbag racing suit.
Awesome.
And my boots are down here somewhere, and then I just picked up. My helmet was just out of spec. I had a
5 years.
What's up?
5 years, more than 5 years.
It was getting up there.
Okay.
So I had an AGV Pista GP, the carbon fiber helmet. That is now expired, so this actually arrived this morning. Nice new track helmet.
That's pretty.
Fits very nicely, fits very well. So very excited to have the Corsair 10. Yeah, a lot of, do I have enough helmets? I don't think so.
You can never have enough helmets.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never have enough helmets.
So yeah, it's a great bike. I can't wait to start thrashing it, and it's gonna be about 2 weeks from now. I'm taking it out
Right.
of the bundle up.
I was gonna say I would ask you to start it up, but without an exhaust system.
Well, or without an ECU.
without an
it's not
ECU,
anything.
it's not really gonna happen. But
Yeah.
I'll just insert some sounds.
Yeah, just
of
generic
generic four-cylinder
Yeah,
racetrack motorcycle sounds revving. All right, cool. Well, thank you, sir.
No problem.